What's good, man? This video right now might be a little bit longer, but I wanted to talk to y'all about specifically the state of like Black YouTube when it comes to the hip hop urban community, and just my outlook on it, just from what I've been consuming and whatnot. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to call nobody out about nothing. I'm just talking about the general landscape of the subject matter that we attach ourselves to so easily, right? I recorded this video once already, and I deleted it because I said I felt like I left too much space. I felt like I wasn't clear enough, and I felt like people wouldn't watch the fucking video because they wouldn't get like what I was saying. You know what I mean? So basically, I'm seeing a lot of people like myself who deal in subject matters when it comes to music. I think it's safe to assume, most likely, that we can compare the Kendrick and Drake hysteria phenomena um, as something that is now a modern day crutch, right? And I'll explain what I mean, right? So, for instance, what I mean by a crutch is one of those subjects that you can like always bring up and talk about if you got nothing else to talk about, right? Like, for instance, right now, I could make a video about how Tupac and Biggie affected hip hop today, and it will still get views because it's just one of them things that's just a crutch. Or I can talk about, you know, 50 Cent and Ja Rule, and I'm bringing beefs up just because this one is a beef, but there's a lot of situations we can put a crutch on in music and always talk about. And I just think that this Kendrick versus Drake thing turned into from a beef to just one of those historical moments that kind of might be getting burned out a little bit. Now, yes, lives changed with the Kendrick and Drake beef. New channels came about. People got paid off of social media strictly by talking about Kendrick and Drake. Like Kendrick and Drake made people a couple of $100,000, $10,000, like made careers literally just off talking about that, revived careers because people decided to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? And I think 2024 was that time, obviously, to talk about it. Fuck the big three, it's just big me, and then push ups, and after that, boom, history's made, right? The only thing I'm starting to see is that we're creating, and somebody said this before, man, who I forgot their names, but they said basically we're living in an echo chamber now. We're living in a state of instant gratification from regurgitation. And that is because if I see the guy with 1 million subscribers talking about it, I'm going to talk about it because he's getting views, and then the guys like me are going to talk about it because I see you get 50,000 views, and I was like, but we're talking about the same thing. And now the algorithm is picking up that this is the thing. And now it almost pushes out some of the other things that we should be talking about in hip hop and rap. You know what I mean? Like the state of the culture. I like the culture for to talk. I like the culture for to talk. I like when people come up and have to defend themselves, because we should start policing the culture, and the actions of the people before they decide that they want to deal with the culture and stuff like that. I don't mind that. But I think we are starting to become this echo chamber, right? Like we either talking about Kendrick and Drake directly, we're talking about somebody who's in the Kendrick tree, in the Drake tree, somebody who's fucking affiliated with it, dancers, photographers, like these people have worked with people that when you talk to them, you don't have to talk about Kendrick and Drake. That's my point. People who've collabed with them, you don't got to talk about them. People who've been in their videos, you ain't got to talk about them. These people have careers. I just feel like now, and it might take some time to recover, but I feel like we're stuck in this paralysis mode where either we're talking about this or we're talking about shit like Scooter, young Scooter, possibly getting shot by the police, or Boosie in a car crash, or the young boys getting out of jail. And I don't want to echo that neither. So there has to be this, I just want us to think about how we could expand the social media, urban, hip hop, rap landscape. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. I see other YouTubers like some YouTubers is look like they don't talk about that shit till this ran to the ground. But I see some YouTubers switching it up. Like, you got some people talking about how the '90s music affect us, the psychology and ideologies of certain things, and that's what I want us to get from this. Get what I'm saying? Regardless if I agree with their political views or how they deal with certain things, I do appreciate that we're getting perspectives that help us grow to know more about the culture rather than just romanticizing beef so we could just get paid off of talking about the same shit over and over again. You know what I'm saying? My suggestion, one of the things is, I say back in the day, but we need comedians and musicians to start doing more collaborations again. We need something in hip hop and rap to collab with us. That's a whole nother genre that I feel like can not resurge, but give us something else to talk about. Okay, I would love to talk about, oh man, fucking Kevin Hart and E40 just got on stage and these niggas finna come out with a show and this. I want to talk about stuff that just comes from that. Like when Ice Cube came out with the Big Three shit. Nobody talks about that, really. Like, that should be like a monthly thing. We should choose things that empower us and kind of talk about that monthly as a community. We shouldn't have to call each other and talk about it, but it's like, all right, let's push that. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I might be, if you got this far to the video, I appreciate you. That's what's up, right? I'm a hypocrite, right? I might be doing it in this video, like what I'm telling people to grow from. But I'm trying my best to let you know I'm vulnerable enough to let you know that I did it. I was stuck in the echo chamber talking about Kendrick and Drake until I figured out that I could talk about other things because of that. And then let's just go forward. Let's just move on, right? I don't know. I feel like we should definitely, work on the subject matter and how it's presented. Because even if we talk about something negative, we can still turn it into a positive. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to go too long in the video, man. My point is, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to seem like I'm perfect, or I don't want to seem like I'm criticizing somebody. I just see a lot of black YouTubers talking about Kendrick and Drake in different ways. Talking about Kendrick, how great he is. Or talking about Drake and how garbage he is. It's like, bro, okay, we get it. Can we just talk about anything else? Something else. It ain't got to be politics. It ain't got to be investments. There's so much to talk about in hip hop and rap. That we can move this shit on. We can bring that shit up from time to time. It was the biggest thing that happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't want us to get stuck into thinking that that's all that makes us is just beef. You know what I mean? Because Kendrick did try to spread a message within that. You know what I'm saying? That's fair. And Drake tried to defend himself. That was fair too, even though it was kind of trash. It was fair, But let's not harp on that so much. We much smarter than that. Y'all niggas got much more education than that. Y'all niggas be doing real good interviews, all that shit. So let's push that forward instead of the bullshit, instead of that echo chamber that I keep reiterating in this video. I'm out.